Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
I'm telling, y'all just missed the most hilarious thing ever. Mimi back there putting up a whole face, going into the show starting, and I love it. I've never seen speed makeup before. Hey, y'all, welcome. Oh man, that was the fastest makeup job I think I've ever seen in my life. Woo! Oh man. So y'all, this week we're doing part 2 of the conversation in regards to what we're calling it dating game with a twist. But we're basically discussing what in the world men are looking for in women and women are looking for in men. But tonight, our gentlemen are off on hot dates. So we have our wonderful ladies in the house. Miss Demetra.
Non-hot dates.
Yes, they all have you know what they on dates, y'all. They on dates. But y'all, how you doing?
Welcome to FEM Talk. I love it. Yeah, you know, gotta have a little shenanigans in the beginning. That's just how we do.
All right, y'all. So y'all know what time it is. It's hot topic time.
Hot topic.
All right. So there you go. So, yeah, in case you're ever wondering if some of our baking industry leaders might have rocks for brains, this story right here is going to probably tickle your fancy. So, our good old friends at JP Morgan messed around and ordered what they thought was $1.3 million of nickel, but they found out they had ordered nothing but a bunch of bags of stones.
Wow. The reputable bank ordered rocks.
These kinds of partial mistakes. I don't know if it was a fraud thing or if it was somebody just wasn't paying attention to the fine print thing, but let's read a little bit about it. So it says JP Morgan Chase received a bag of stones instead of the nickel it ordered in a surprising mix-up last week at a warehouse in Rotterdam, which is a Dutch port city. It isn't clear if this is due to an accident, theft, or fraud. The case, which was discovered by the London Metals Exchange last week, highlighted the risk of commodity trading, but it isn't actually the first time a cargo handler's had such a rude surprise. The Swiss trader, Mercuria Energy, ran into a similar situation as it received spray-painted rocks instead of the $36 million worth of copper it ordered. Holy crap. And this was reported in Bloomberg in March of 2021. So when you...
Spray-painted rock.
Like when
that's not a mistake.
Wow. Right.
You didn't get just gravel off the ground. You got spray-painted rock. Somebody meant to send that to you.
But how do you recover? How do you recoup that when that happens, though? Is anybody familiar with the industry? Like, right. How do you get what you ordered or at least your money back when something like that happens? Because to me, I'm like,
how do I get
3.3 million? I mean, because there is a cost to the rocks. I mean, the rocks ain't free. So, you know what I'm saying? The rocks ain't free.
So you give me like 3/4 of my money back? You know, 1 million instead of 1.3 million.
Look, in the big scheme of things, I guess $1.3 billion isn't a whole lot of money, but at the same, when you're talking about a bank, you're talking about a bank, especially JP Morgan.
For rocks?
For rocks, absolutely. But I'm saying
$10,000 for rocks.
We're unable to recover whatever happened in this instance. It's an expensive.
You know what? It's one of those mistakes. I would lie to say that working in finance that we haven't made a boo boo or two in our ordering process. So. I remember, sometimes people think they're ordering a box and here comes a skid of paper or something like that. Things happen. I would, people are human, things happen, especially now. Sounds like a swap to me. That's a swap, or this is JP Morgan. They have brick and mortar. So it's not that far-fetched. They can't use these rocks for one of their brick and mortar places.
Decoration.
Call the facility on how much rock it is. It might be enough still for landscaping.
Well, right in front of the building.
That's right. Throw it in front of everybody's building. Look, and then it goes down as beautification project. Voila.
Hey. Write it off. That's right.
Accidental hardscaping. I like it.
Gotta be creative. Things happen.
Especially when you spending your money and you're not getting it back. You better be creative.
Well,
yes.
There you go. Exactly. It's getting donated.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, that's one way to go ahead and write off $1.3 million. I'm just saying. So you guys, y'all ready to bring in our lovely ladies and start this second half of this discussion? Because we had a ball first time around, and I can't wait to see what we got to get into.
Yes.
We're going to take over. It's the ladies' takeover. We have taken over. We might have a men's takeover next time.
We shall see.
We shall see.
All right. First up, we have Cheryl Simmons in the house. And we had Demetra Palmer in the house.
Welcome.
Yes, I love it. Welcome back. Y'all ready for this?
They didn't say.
I didn't hear a question. What was the question?
They were like this.
They're like, yeah, we're ready.
Right. This should be an easy one. No guys, no interruption. You guys get to say exactly what it is you feel.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it.
No, sir. Are you ready? We say that like it's timed, but it's not. What was one of we have a few questions. What was one of our first questions we asked? We were talking about backstage, Brandy. I forgot that fast. I'm sorry.
We got them coming.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. So we were talking about dating and what we were looking for in men, and the gentlemen were talking about what they were looking for in women. So where we left off is
how important is it for your possible significant other to have a relationship with God?
Good question.
Anybody could go first. Let's go across the screen, Michi. I don't know if your screen is set up like mine, but Michi's on my left.
I think it's important to have a relationship with a higher being. I don't know that it necessarily has to be God for them. It's definitely God for me. But I'm not that every Sunday in church or, doing church picnics and all of that. That's not in me. I'm not going to do that. I get my church at home. Give me some gospel and a broom and I'll in there with the Holy Ghost sweeping, or, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. So I think it's important just because on a spiritual basis, it's nice to have someone that understands or, someone that can kind of see where you're coming from in those types of situations, or can help you in the way that you know how, or that you've always been taught or done to deal with certain things. But it doesn't necessarily have to be, it definitely doesn't need to be in every Sunday. I'm not even a CNE, so we don't have to go to church, but I definitely need that some type of spiritual connection.
Okay. What about you, Cheryl?
I was going to say, I agree with her. They don't have to necessarily believe in God, but whoever they believe in, so I think that is important because it'll help them, make decisions on things. They have spiritual guidance and everything like that. So it's important, but it's not a non-negotiable for me. It's okay.
I got a little. Oh, I was going to say the same thing. I got a little A.
Yeah, I got a little. And what made me think about the twist is she's a friend in my head, Megan Good. And Megan Good, I think, had the same kind of perspective you guys had until she married a pastor.
Yeah, but she stepped all the way too far outside of her religious faith.
That's went all the way in, right, Michi?
So I guess my twist question would be I think you hear me, Michi, is if say, okay, if the person you were, really feeling was really into church, where they did go to church all the time, they were maybe not a pastor, but maybe a deacon, or maybe something is that something that you could see yourself doing and adjusting to, or is that kind of like a next?
That's a hard no for me.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with a hard pass. I'm gonna go with a hard pass. Yep. And honestly, I don't think it's necessarily for me either. It's more so it would be unfair to them, because I'm not going to change the way that I, praise, or the way that I worship to accommodate you. And I would never expect you to do the same for me. So it'd be selfish of me to keep you in a relationship with me when you have this expectation, from your church peers that I'm going to show up with you every Sunday, because I promise you, I'm not.
That is very true. No, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. That's too much pressure for me.
Yes.
Well, how soon does that come up in the discussion? Meaning in the process of either getting to know or getting closer? How soon does that come up for you guys?
The process of getting to know for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with that, because I don't want to get first in those types of situations. I need to be able to give you the opportunity to step away. You know, if
Correct.
you don't think that my level of religion or my level of faith matches your desire, you need to have the opportunity to step away before your feelings become too involved. So I think that's a conversation it may not be so much a first date conversation, but it's definitely on the second, third, or fourth date that conversation needs to come up.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's so important that you guys know that. And only reason that it's funny to me, I'm sure Cheryl totally knows why, is I made my husband he had to get baptized in the Catholic religion before I could marry him, because I was a Catholic before I got married. And you know, and that for me it was almost on the other side non-negotiable, meaning it was something I needed in order to be married to him.
Right.
So
I did not know that, actually.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know.
I thought you knew that, Miss Cheryl.
No.
So you come over later and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Well, I got a question now. Mimi, you said you were Catholic. What are you now?
You know, so when you get older, revelation comes in. And I'm a Christian.
Yes,
who loves God and loves Jesus. Yes,
That's right.
I'm a Christian. I don't have a tag. I dropped I found out the tags were just that. And it just kept everybody in a box. And thank God my husband loved me through all the tags. And because we had a few. And now we just all agree that we love God, we love Jesus, and we live a holy, but to him, not to people.
Right.
Or the
You're not so holy, you ain't no earthly good.
Oh, yes.
Oh man, I wasn't ready.
I have to say I'm gonna join in with you guys. For some reason I can't see that. Because I'm a single as well. I do. That's one of the first places I'm gonna lead.
That's probably for the best. Probably for the best.
And muted. Sorry. Technical difficulties. That's the first place I'm gonna lead with my faith, and it usually comes out even when it's not intentional. Just regular conversation. You'll hear me say, "Oh, something about the Lord or whatever." Even when we're not in the best environments, it's still going to come out. So I agree with you. That's something that's really important to me. I don't know. Just speaking about what Michi said about it doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about you worshiping a flower and I'm worshiping God.
No, that's not okay.
And I'm not saying that's what you did. But
but I get what you're saying. Yeah. No, in that sense, I'm gonna call somebody to come help you. But yeah, no, I think that there just needs to be a spiritual aspect to it. Yes. So, just like if you were, I don't know that I would ever be able to do that because they're very strict, but say I'm Baptist, but say I met somebody who's Muslim. They don't worship. They don't have God, they have Jehovah, they have all of that. So, and that's where I'm referring to. I don't know that I would be able to conform to that, but I would need them to have some type of spiritual backing with them, not flowers, not goats.
No,
but no, not that stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me ask you. So let me ask you. Okay, I'm just gonna. Well, let me not say devil's advocate since we're talking about God, right?
Right.
Let me ask you because you brought something up, and I heard this spiritual thing. But what came to mind, and I'm gonna ask Michi first, and I want to hear Cheryl. So it's if you're believing in one type of God, are you able? Because again, I think it's a lot more than the spiritual aspect. Say it was Christian and Jewish,
Judaism,
where there's Judaism, right? There's different lifestyles almost to each religion. Is that something you would consider, or is that something you would have to take pause on?
I think I don't know. See, that's a tough one. I think for me, because I've been in the church, I've been in that heavy in the church, and I've seen the back talk and the gossip and the things that go on inside the church that's not supposed to be inside the church, but it seems to always be there. And that's what draws me away from it. So I think that it would be a tough one for me to be able to conform to that if that person is extremely religious to the point where church is life, and that's a thing, and it's going to happen. Because for my personal peace and my peace with God, I don't need to be inside of a church that's constantly stirring mess in order to have a relationship with Him. Now, if it were a situation, I've been to plenty of non-denominational churches, we should say my color churches, and they don't seem to have as much of that. I might consider visiting.
Got it.
But I don't know that I would be able to completely conform to it, just because I've been walking this path with God all my life, or I'd say since I was a teenager, and I don't necessarily think that I would be comfortable adjusting that. But I mean, if the love was true and it was strong, I might consider it.
I love that one. We need another show on the other stuff. Another show.
I'm gonna have to say no, I'm not conforming to any religion. And I actually say that to people that I am dating, because I am happy where I am right now. I may fall in love with the person, but I'm gonna have to just let them know, like, I'm just not doing it. We're gonna do this my way, maybe. Yeah.
Right. And I also think, and I think that, so like for you, Mimi, you were saying with your husband, you had him baptized Catholic before you guys could get married, but it doesn't sound like he was against it. Like he wasn't, I don't know if he fought against it or not. But if I come into a relationship and I'm firm that this is my belief and I'm not willing to conform on it, how much do you really love me if it is your life's goal to pressure me into switching up? It's different if I'm saying, okay, I'm open to it, let me explore with you. But once that hard line is drawn, if the answer is no, then do you really actually love me? Because I should be allowed to be who I am, from that basis. So like I said, it's something I would possibly consider, but it'd have to be the chemistry. We'll say it like that.
Yes.
In case somebody's children on here, would have to be fantastic. But
chemistry.
I like that one.
Right.
That's cool.
Wow.
I like it.
Well, so we got the next question coming up. And that's why we was talking about chemistry, because y'all know some of us get on that first date and things get hot and heavy real quick. So is sex a yes on the first date? If not, how many dates or days need to pass before you consider it?
Am
I gonna go first?
Yep.
I am going to say young people, I want to say they should not have, sex on the first date. But if you are like over 35 and dating, I say, why not? Why are we here judging people? Get to it. And then if you don't like it, you don't have to see that person anymore. No more dating. Why waste your time? Because over 35, you shouldn't be wasting your time.
Yeah, because we don't have much.
Ask that question because
we don't have much. She is absolutely right.
I was waiting. I want to know why we can.
Because we ain't got much. We don't have that much time. We don't have that much energy, and we don't have that much patience. We have run out of all of those things. If you wanted somebody to play hard to get, you should have caught me when the getting was still good. Right now, she old, she tired, and she has needs, and she don't know when the next one is coming. So I'm gonna need you to.
Yep. I agree.
Well, look at that. I hear that. All right now.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Now that cuts to the chase.
That cuts right to the chase. Look.
Look, sex is what I want. It is. Boom.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
Jennifer Simmons.
Yeah.
I love that. You know what? I didn't expect the age thing from you guys, but I kind of might agree with that one. Totally. Yeah.
Yes.
I just honestly, especially when you go into 30 single, the rose-colored glasses come off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not everybody is Prince Charming, and they actually make a lot less of them than society and Disney will allow you to believe. So, once them glasses come off, it's all about me meeting my needs at this
Yes.
point. I'm not looking for a husband. I'm looking
What's
to have
that
my
buzzing
needs met
noise?
at this point.
Well,
And it's my dryer, of course.
Or something else. Whatever it could be.
Could have been a toy. Listen, this is FEM
Could have
Talk.
been, but no, it's my dryer.
I no judgment here. Cheryl just said it. And we over 35.
Yes.
She might have wanted to use her toy on the FEM Talk show. Hey, this is a free show. We love it.
Yeah.
I'm not that fluid, but
Not that fluid. Well, then, if you said the one key thing right then, I'm not looking to get married. I'm just trying to look. I'm looking to get it in. What if you are looking for marriage? What do you feel
honestly,
about that time frame?
When I was looking for marriage, that was between 20 and 30, 29, I'd say. It depended on the relationship. It depended on the chemistry of that first date. If it was there, if the attraction was there on both sides, then absolutely I was here for it. But it wasn't something that I was like, okay, anytime. Whenever I was on a date with somebody. Now I'm like, if you're looking at me and I'm looking at you and we looking at each other, it's been a while. How you doing? So but when I thought that being somebody's wife was the end goal, that was what I needed to be happy and be complete before I realized that I had to do that for myself first. I would have taken it a little bit more slowly, unless, like I said, the chemistry was wild. But now, listen, just get naked.
Shima, now I will say I'm gonna go against her because so I am looking for marriage, and yes, if the date was going so amazing and we had the right chemistry, I still don't see a problem after 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah,
because that whole thing about saving it for marriage just is not that
correct.
Listen, I'll be like this. I'll be old and shriveled up and like just depressed for the rest of my life if that were to happen.
Yeah.
Trying to wait it for marriage. I know that's the thing. It's in the Bible. That's what they talk about, I think. I don't know. But I'm not going to be able to do that.
And I think like Cheryl said, a lot of things change for us if you've been out there dating for a while. Yeah. So, you've seen different dating styles.
Yes.
By the time you get to our age, you've seen some very different things. So it's kind of hard to stick to that whole, like you said, I'm going to hold it and wait till marriage. Unless you are still a virgin at 40, 50 years old.
Then I'm sorry.
I'm just going to look at the screen. That's all. I'm not
apologize.
Practice safety, ladies.
What you say? So, but
I'm proud of you.
She's so proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
We heard a bell. We got excited or we got quiet. I heard a bell.
Yeah.
I know. We got buzzers and bells going off in the show. I have no idea where they're coming from.
They were excited to talk to you guys today.
Yes.
All right now.
Oh. Let's
So y'all do know.
Huh? I'm sorry. We're not doing too good today.
Do what now?
I'm sorry, that was me. I apologize. Everything is happening, but it's not even behind the scenes.
All right,
guys, we're gonna get on to our next question.
Yes, ma'am. So, what is that ick thing for you? What is that one thing that if you see it, catch it, smell it, whatever, it's an automatic turn off?
I don't know.
That's a good one.
It could be a unibrow. It could be ingrown toenail. What is that thing? Michelle, you look like you smell something nasty over there.
No, you know what? I don't have an answer for you.
Really? Oh, bad teeth.
Bad teeth.
That could definitely do it.
Yeah. I mean, but now bad teeth. What if you have a pretty good job or good dental plan? I'm very
plan.
coercive.
Yeah, if you got a good dental plan and you got bad breath, then you're not using it properly.
Well, I'm gonna throw mine out there.
I was gonna. Okay, go ahead. You go first.
No, you go first. You go first. Go ahead.
You know what? Okay, now that you're saying all that, okay, yeah. If a guy had bad hygiene, it's gonna be a no for me, and that'll turn me off. Like all that. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dirty nails, Jennifer.
Dirty nails.
She's getting really picky now.
Why?
If they're working on their cars.
Yeah.
And that you can fix. You can wash your hands. Please wash your hands.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, it's funny you say that because I didn't know it's actually a friend's husband, and he was an auto mechanic. The hands were
Always dirty.
Always dirty.
Always dirty. Yeah.
Very,
and it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to get that oil out.
I think I remember, and this was, okay, just don't shoot me now. I watched the Kardashians. Okay, fine. And I remember Chloe and Lamar. Lamar had a bad teeth issue. And they were already together and married, and it was after marriage. I think they took him he didn't know better, and they took him, and everything was fixed. So you never know. I think like to your point, good. It's all about exposure.
Didn't know better. Didn't really know better.
He grew up in Brooklyn too.
I was gonna say the same thing, Melissa. Grew up in Brooklyn. Yes, he didn't know.
No, we didn't have all of that.
Attention, all Brooklyn residents.
I know. Disclaimer.
This is an important PSA. This is a toothbrush. This is toothpaste. This is floss. Use them accordingly.
Right, and I think that's a difference. Though. I mean, because my teeth aren't. My teeth aren't straight. My teeth are nowhere near straight, and so now how could I judge somebody else for not having straight teeth? But if your teeth are literally rotting out of your mouth, if I can smell your breath before I can see your face, that's a problem for me. And that's not so much a not knowing better, that's a not doing better. Everybody, by the time you become an adult, knows what a toothbrush, floss, and mouthwash is. And, and if you haven't learned that by now, then we are on two different levels in our development.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need you to meet somebody that's on your level. I'm not gonna be able to handle that. And you're not gonna be kissing on me with your breath smelling like that, and then I leave, and gingivitis is contagious.
So,
I love this with Gina.
We have our registered mom in here. Tracy's mom might be a good man, lady, to powder them up and powder them and polish them up. Oh, I don't want.
I ain't got time for projects.
I don't want to.
We just talked about the age thing, Mama Peg. I don't think we wanna.
I think if you'd have caught me at 20, we'd have been. I might have.
20, multiple baby mamas. No, that's it. That's your egg. Go ahead, girl. Egg. No.
But wait a minute. That's kind of a common theme with a lot of men over the age of 35.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's more often than not now, right?
Yes.
And where do you draw the line? We're talking bad teeth in the beginning. What about no teeth or missing teeth?
Oh my God, that's gonna be a no.
She said, "Oh my God."
That's what implants
get a level 4C.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you got implants or you got dentures or something, then we can talk. We can talk. Because
what if got teeth knocked out, like defending you though?
Then I had to pay for his teeth to get that back in. That would be on me. That would be on me. I pay for the replacement. Hopefully, if we find it, we can go to the ER, put it in some milk, pop it back in there.
There y'all go. Is that another thing? If he does have multiple kids, say he has one of the baby mamas, maybe about 3 kids. Does he take care of his kids? Is that something that you would be like, I can't mess with you if you don't take care of your kids?
Yep. He has to take care of his kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I will not.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially since I have a child of my own, I am not going to let you come into my house and play daddy to my child when you are not willing to be the father to your children.
Yes.
You cannot be in my life or my child's life if you're not willing to be in your children's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a difference if they are trying and the baby mom is not allowing that, because that is all too common these days.
Right.
That's a different story. But then at that point, you need to know your rights legally as a father, and you need to be exercising them. And if you are not, again, that sounds like complacency, and I'm gonna need you to step aside.
Yep.
Well,
Amen. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and if
I like
he does
that.
have a baby mama or two, is it important to y'all, if you're really into them, things are going well, that you guys have relationships with those mothers?
Ooh.
Yeah.
We have to be friends.
Dumping you ladies today.
That's a yes. That's a yes. Yes. You know what? In that situation, I can be cordial. I'm not going to be best friends, but I will be cordial because you know, their children are going to be in my presence. You know. So.
Right.
Wow.
I agree. We don't have to be friends, and it can happen. I mean, it's happened before where the new wife and the baby mom become good friends. That's great, but I'm not pushing for a friendship. But you will respect me. You will respect my children, and I'm going to do the same for you. Because at the end of the day, it's not it's not your relationship. It's my relationship with him, and my relationship with your children. So we need to have some type of healthy dynamic, but we do not have to be friends.
Absolutely.
Got it. I love that.
I'm really, really enjoying these candid conversations. We're going to take a quick break, a commercial break, and we're going to come back with some more hot questions for you guys.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
All right, y'all. Before that commercial break, we were just talking about relationships with baby moms, the importance of gentlemen taking care of their children if you're dating them. And we are now rolling into what, Shima?
We're going into a new question.
Well, excellent question.
Oh,
I do have a question.
oh, sorry. Did I say?
So you're dating a gentleman, right? And he has older children. Would you, what would be the process for you to allow his older children to maybe watch your younger children if you have them? It's something to consider.
I don't know that I would put that burden on his older children. I think that it would, first of all, depend on the type of relationship I'm in. If we're just dating, we're not serious enough for me to place my children in your children's care, because essentially to me that feels like they're being forced to do something. Now, if we've been together a long time, we're engaged, we're married, whatever, and our children are close and they actually have a good relationship with each other, if they feel comfortable watching my child while we go on a date or something, absolutely, I would leave my, let them do that. But I wouldn't operate under the assumption that it's okay with them. And I definitely wouldn't do it at the beginning of the dating process, because I don't want to set the idea or the tone for them that this is the way it's going to be all the time.
Got it.
All right, now. How many kids are too many?
Go ahead.
Huh?
Say, how many kids are too many kids?
5.
5. Oh, you like
Yeah,
that's
that's
5 little ones or 5
5 little ones. Oh my
5
God.
little ones.
That's too much.
I'd say
Well,
more than 3.
As one of our wonderful stars will say, I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Okay.
What if there's 5 adults and 1 little one?
That's a basketball team.
Define adult.
Yeah.
Adult and able to go out and move about and live alone, and then there was a 3 or 4-year-old.
And you have to do more mothering, right? There's a mother component to it.
Jennifer said 2 to 3. Or that's the max with children.
A 3 or 4-year-old. First of all, where the mom at? Where's the mom? Because I think that's such a crucial age for children. I don't want to be in that position of mothering a child if they have a mother that is doing her job or doing what she should be doing for them. It's not a matter of confusing them, but it's kind of like stepping on toes. That's when the brain is developing, and you don't want to interrupt that bond that child has with their mother unless their mother ain't no good, and then step aside. I got it, but I think my stickler though is the adult children. I know I'm getting there, but by adult, do you mean like within 10 years of my age? Because we might not be able to. I don't want to be. I don't know. If I was still in school when your kids was born, I might have a problem.
Okay.
So age matters. Age matters.
The children's age matters.
The children's age matters. I mean, if the father, some things happen, people have babies as teenagers, stuff like that. But I feel like if I'm dating somebody and they have like a 28-year-old, 36.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Too close. Too close.
That's
too
really
close.
close. Yeah.
Too close. We could be at the club together and not even realize it. Just be dancing next to each other and wouldn't even know.
You have a high and low. So how low and how high? 10 years apart?
Are you talking children? Or are you talking
children?
No, I'm talking to man now. I'm talking to man. And during dating, what's your low? Meaning how much younger would you date somebody? And how much older would you date somebody?
That's a good one, Mimi.
Let's go 10 and 10 with me. 10 younger, 10 older, and then that's it.
That's it. So
that is it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Younger too, 10 younger. That's like college age.
No, what do you mean that's college age?
How old are you?
I will be 39 in 2 months.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still like, oh no.
Yeah, I'm not little anymore.
I know.
So Kathy said, okay, so I'm.
Oh my gosh, she's my flower girl. So I'm still this young girl. Okay, no, that is 29 is mature. They're a little mature than the college. So they know they're out. Okay, good.
Or at least heading that way. So Kathy said, okay, so I'm 63 and I will not date a man with children who aren't adults. And yes, I know men that have young children.
Now that's a common statement I've heard before that most women will say. They don't want to.
I don't mind. I didn't answer. I don't mind because I love kids. And if he had a young kid, why not? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I can do it right now while I'm still parenting. But when I turn 40, I tell you, I'm going to be like, Stella, I am out of here. I'm changing my phone number, everything. I don't know that I'll be able to start over with a young child. My child will be 18 when I turn 40. And I don't know that I'd be okay or able to start over with a young child once. Because I'm telling you, I'm trying to be out here with no clothes on all the time. Okay. So I don't know that right now I can do it. I don't mind younger children. I don't know about infants though. I wasn't a fan of my own infant. But I wouldn't mind a younger kid now. You got to catch me before I turn 40. Lock me in before I turn 40. And then as to your question, I would say for me, I would stop at 29. So that's about 7 years behind for me. And I would go no more than 13 years older And only because I've dated someone that much older than me, and I'm old, y'all. I'm tired all the time. I just need somebody that ain't active.
So 13 plus 7 minus.
Yeah.
And you said you're 36, right?
Yeah.
That's not bad ranges.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that.
I have a question. And I'm not quite sure if we talked about this last time you guys were on, and I'm not even sure if we did, we got the guy's answer as well. How do you feel about, this is a twofer, public displays of affection? And how important is it for your person? And I mean, I don't want to say like show up, make sure he's a good man, all that good stuff. I mean, like, to be with you. You've been invited to a party. You want to go. You've been invited to an event. He should be there. How important is that to you guys?
That's good.
Okay, I'll go first. Public displays of affection. I love it. I'm down for it. I'll do it all the time, all day, every day. And then for him to show up at an event for me, you know what? No, it's not necessary because I have a wedding in December. You know, I don't think I want him to come. I can go by myself. He doesn't have to go to everything with me.
Right.
You know?
Is there some things that you really would want him to come? What if it's the opposite? He refuses to come to events with you, almost like it's just me and you. We don't have to meet families and all that stuff. I don't need to meet your friends. Are you okay with that?
That's a no. That's a no. He has to meet family and friends eventually. So no.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like some narcissism right there. That I don't
Right.
It's okay just being me and you. I don't want to meet your friends because then that turns into, I don't know why you're still dealing with these friends. These people aren't your friends, and then they start slowly pulling you away from your friends.
I'm your friend.
So that's
I'm your only friend.
Ooh,
exactly. Yeah, that's
That's
a whole lifetime special.
Right.
We don't need that.
But it happens so often,
It
it happens more often than not where, here comes the guy. And then to your point, I think you two are, y'all have your hands on the pulse of, I know myself and I know what doesn't work. And you see somebody coming. That's what I hear. I can see somebody coming. I don't think everybody's in touch with that. That's a red flag when somebody refuses to participate. When you ask them to your point, Cheryl, they don't have to come to everything, but if I asked you, show up. And then, no, I don't need to meet nobody, and neither you meet my people too. I think there's too many red flags and alarms going off when there's this exclusive thing going on.
And on the separation. Yeah. And for me, I agree. You don't have to go everywhere. I think when it's in my head, I'm thinking, who's going to be there? And if other husbands, boyfriends, whatever, significant others are there, then I'm feeling like, okay, I shouldn't have to show up by myself. Yes, I can. I do it on the regular, but I shouldn't have to.
Yeah. I don't want to spend an entire get together talking about a relationship that nobody's ever seen, that's invisible to everybody else. I'm not going to do that. But to the question, as for PDA, I mean, it's all right. I'm not a very clingy person. I'm not really touchy-feely. You can hold my hand in public, but we don't have to lick faces. We don't have to do all that. I'll give you a kiss, and then we keep it moving, but we don't have to kiss every 3 minutes. But that's me. That's my love language is not, I came in at 3% on physical touch. 3%. That's it. So that's just me because that's not my love language. Right. So I don't think it's wrong when anybody else does it. I think it's cute. Like, oh, they love each other. That's nice, but don't do that. Back up. And to that point, for those same reasons, I'm with Cheryl. You don't have to come with me to everything. I actually prefer for you to go spend time with your friends because we're not about to sit up under each other all the time playing house. We're not going to do that. You need to go be with your friends. I'm going to go be with my friends. But if it's a situation, if it's a work event or, something that I'm required to go to or that families are invited to, and all these people are going to show up with their significant others and their families, I would thank you to be there. If it's something related to my family and the whole family's coming together, I would appreciate it if you were there. And I'd also have questions if I wasn't getting invites to those types of things. I don't want to go everywhere with you, but if it's something that couples are supposed to be at, I would be concerned if I was not being extended an invite.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good
All
one.
right now.
I got a poke the bear question for you.
Dang.
Uh-oh.
I'll make sure we're good on time. Okay. Privacy in your personal and between the two of you, and not sexual, meaning phone access, reading the text and all that stuff, that type. Do you want the code or do you not want the code?
That's a no, Shima. No code, no passwords to any of my stuff. I need my privacy. That's a no.
That's a no.
Mm-hmm.
And on both sides.
I don't want it.
Ever, Cheryl?
Ever. I don't want it. No.
See, even when you're married and everything, just no.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no. No.
Forever and ever. Amen.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're okay with
I'm okay. Yep.
Not getting it either. Okay.
Yep.
Me too.
I am I'm with Cheryl, but to kind of expound on that, if I'm at the point where I feel like I need to ask for your password or your code to your phone, this relationship is over. Because it's obvious that something has gone on that's led me to believe that there's something going on that I need to check for. So if we're at that point where I can't trust you to just let you be on your phone and I need to see who you're talking to or you need to see who I'm talking to, then we need to go ahead and end this.
Well, now, I will say we're perfectly open. I have access to his, he has access to mine. We don't hide nothing, but we also have a very different relationship. So I can see both sides, though, because there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on. Speaking of which, phones and such.
Jennifer.
Girl, that Philly girl. That's the Philly girl.
Yeah.
She said, I wish
down
you
there.
would try to
I wish she would try to keep the code from me.
Oh my God.
What Missy Elliott say? I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I'll crack your teeth.
Now, what if there was no because I saw this other message said trust is being challenged. What if it has nothing to do with an insecure moment or red flag or anything? Just I don't have your sister's phone number. Oh, go on my phone and get it. Or
I would do that.
That's fine. Yeah.
I would do that, and I'd give here's the code. But let me check your phone, unlock your phone, get out of here.
Yeah,
get out of here. Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Gotcha. Which is challenge on the other side. I think trust, not challenge, but trust is being challenged on both sides. And I think both is. I like how you both responded, and you too, Shima. I think it's trust on both sides. Exactly. To trust me to not have the code is just as much to trust me with the code.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that is both two ways of trust, and
that's very
I go both ways on that. Meaning, if it's I get it.
Technical difficulties.
Oh,
Mimi, what'd you say?
Technical. I know. Did it go out? I think it did.
Okay. You're back.
Trust both ways. I said it's trust on both sides. So I like that.
Yeah. I think it has to be. I mean, I don't want to, if I'm going into a relationship with somebody, like I'm not looking for marriage, but if it were something that were to happen, I would be here for it. I'd be 100% open to it. If I was in a relationship with somebody and that's the point that we got to, I'd be 100% here for it. But I'm not going to go into a relationship with doubts in my mind. I'm not going to go into a relationship or a marriage with you with trust issues. And I'm not going to continue a relationship with somebody that I can't trust to keep me and my emotions and me physically safe. Because it's not even a matter with cheating, I don't think what people understand is when you're cheating on somebody, you're not just putting them in danger emotionally, but you're putting their bodies at risk. You don't know what you're bringing home to them. So I need to be able to trust you to keep me safe and have that same level of trust in me. or we can't continue this before I would commit my entire life. And I think that comes from what you were saying earlier, Mimi. Mine is more, I came out of an extremely abusive relationship. Brandy was there for it. She saw it. It was not good. And I had to learn a lot of things. I had to learn what those red flags were quickly so that I was never put in that situation again. And for me, that was his biggest thing. I'd be texting my mom on my phone, and he'd reach over and snatch the phone out of my hand to see who it was that I was talking to. You ain't put nothing in on this phone bill, sir. I'm gonna need you to step off. That's a whole problem for me. I'm gonna need you to back up. And then would be mad if I took my phone back and didn't tell him who I was speaking to. So those types of things I'm not okay with. And so if I have any inkling that that's the type of person you are in a relationship, I'm not going to be able to do it, because the last thing I will ever do is put myself in a position that I fought very hard to get out of the first time.
Get out of.
Right.
That's
and
good.
With that, you guys, very powerful message. Y'all keep an eye out for them red flags. Dating can be fun, but dating can also be dangerous at times. So make sure you know what the red flags are, and if you don't, start looking them up and be aware. So we have reached the end of today's show. Ladies, we'd like to thank you so much for joining us. This was an excellent conversation.
Yes.
Always good.
We had some knowledge dropped and some things you just kind of look out for. So y'all, if you enjoyed this conversation, just drop us a heart in the comments and be sure to tune in next week, because we have a very special guest in the house by the name of Shari Van Gibbs West. And we're excited to have her. And we're going to be talking about business and building it big. In the meantime, we love you guys. We will see you again very, very soon. And later.
Bye.